Hey, how are you doing? My name's Ashley Albeck. I'm excited to talk to you about macros, but first I'm going to show you real quick where I'm coming from so that you see that I've been getting results myself by working with macros. And here is my picture. It's not that far off, it's a couple months, but I feel like a brand new person and I'm super excited to share this with you. So let me get started. I'm going to introduce a little bit about myself, but I just wanted to give you that sneak peek. Anyway, my name's Ashley Albeck, like I said, and I have been worried about my weight, I should say, struggling with my weight since 2000, let's see, 1, which is when I had my first child, my daughter. I have struggled ever since with my weight. I realized that all those genetics that I've been seeing, that I saw growing up, I grew up with my mom. She was around 300 pounds. I grew up with my aunts, my uncles, all were overweight. And I realized that I have a genetic disposal to, or predisposition to, being overweight or being obese. And it really affected me. I didn't want that lifestyle because I saw how it really truly affected their activity level. My family was always happy. Like my mom was always happy. She actually never really talked about her weight much, but I saw the activity level and what she did and didn't do and could and couldn't do. And I did not want to live that life. Since I had my first child and struggling with weight loss, I have tried pretty much every single diet out there. So let me list them off, and I want you to keep track of all the ones that you've done too. I'd love to hear the ones that you've done. So message me and let me know which ones, if you're listening to the replay, let me know which ones you've done. So I have done South Beach Diet, Body for Life, Atkins, Weight Watchers, Noom, intermittent fasting, keto, tracking calories, 2B mindset with, oh, I should say tracking calories with pen and paper, 2B mindset, portion fix, which are containers, timed nutrition, which is eating specific containers at specific times during the day and when you work out. I've eaten vegan for a little bit there, and a raw food diet. I even went down that rabbit hole for a while too. I tried intuitive eating, diet phasing, and I think that is it for now. Although, did I say Body for Life? Maybe I did. Anyway, there was just a lot. And I will say, every single one of them taught me something. Every single one of them, if I followed through and through, I got great results too. So I'm not saying that they all were terrible. But I did learn something from each one, and each one has definitely shown me that I didn't want to eat that way throughout my entire life. So I'm going to share some of my takeaways and what I learned. I will say real quick about the intuitive eating. So I wanted intuitive eating to work. I really, really, really did. However, what I realized is we are not in a day and age where intuitive eating works. And let me explain. Maybe 200 years ago, or even further, maybe if I was living off the land, maybe if I was, growing my own food, had my own animals to raise for food, and I was doing all that work, then maybe intuitive eating would work, right? But we live in abundance of food, unlike any other time in this world, and half of our food isn't even real. So but it's made to look real. So it looks real, but it's made to be addicting. So it is chemically made to make our brains want more. So how could you possibly intuitive eat when you have all this food in abundance? Your body's just not made that way. Anyway, so I realized for me, at least, intuitive eating did not work. And I am, like I said, predisposed. My family, I have a lot of obesity in my family. My body is genetically designed to gain weight very quickly. So I could gain 20 pounds in 2 months and be totally fine. 2 months, not 20 months, and it would be easy, very easy. And I probably wouldn't even feel sick. I would just be able to do it, right? So here's some takeaways that I learned throughout those diets, all the different diets is one, I need structure. I truly do need structure or I'll overeat. I've done it many times and I know I could do it again. And then it creates a cycle, like a vicious cycle of hating myself or feeling ashamed and maybe not verbalizing it, but definitely feeling it, right? Or feeling like I always need to start over. I also found out that if I follow like too restrictive of rules, so I need the structure, but if I follow too restrictive, like where I have to follow a food list and I can't have certain foods not on the list, or I have to like follow formulas. So like, for example, Weight Watchers, you had points for each food, but it was really difficult to figure out some recipes recipes or the container system it was hard to figure out a recipe if you didn't know how the recipe exactly measured out. It was just more difficult because I was restricted with the types of foods that I was eating. One of the big ones that really just made me so angry was I couldn't have my daily coffee. I only have 1 cup of coffee a day, but half and half I remember not being allowed really threw me for a loop, and so much so that I fell off so many times and then or felt like I fell off and then wouldn't start for like a week or 2 later, and in that time frame I'd gained like 8 pounds. Like it was terrible. So what I learned from all of those is I do need structure, but I don't need too much structure, if that makes sense. So let me go into a quick disclaimer before we go into what I am doing now and what I'm using. I'm going to go over all of exactly how I figured out my numbers. I'm going to share with you how you can easily figure out your numbers. I'm going to share with you the app I use to track all my numbers. I'm going to share with you the supplements that I'm taking that helped me get these results easier and faster. I'm going to share all that with you. But before I do, I need to give a little disclaimer. I am not a nutritionist. Anything I say, I want you to go back. You can make your own decisions, do your own research, talk to your own doctors. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and what I see working for other people, okay? I study people's behavior and ask a ton of freaking questions. I mean, I am never afraid to ask a question, so much so that some people hate talking to me because I ask so many questions. But I'm always wanting to know what's working for other people, and I love sharing that information with others, okay? So I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with figuring out what's working for people, how they stay committed, what they're doing. I ask a ton of questions. I've also been obsessed over the last 12 years to help other people get into their own healthy routines. So I'm excited to share this with you, and I just had to add that disclaimer. So let's talk about why macros is working for me. Well, another term that people use is flexible eating, right? So macro counting, flexible eating, bodybuilders were the ones who first started using it, but then other people started just picking it up and realizing that it could work for anybody, okay? Another term people use is food freedom, okay? So why? Because it empowers you with the knowledge of nutrition and making your own choices. And I love that about this plan specifically because nothing's off limits. But if you feel like you need to eat more vegetables, you can eat more vegetables. If you feel like you want a piece of cake, have the piece of cake. As long as you know what fits in your numbers and then you just fit it in, right? So I used to follow a plan that they said, oh, as long as it fits in the container, but it wasn't true because there were many foods, like I said, like the half and half, that wasn't on the list, and they wouldn't give you the proprietary formula to figure it out, and so you were just couldn't eat it because you didn't know what it counted for, and that drove me nuts. So this takes away that problem, okay? So it's also super easy to do. In 2022, we have the best of the best apps out there to figure this stuff out. It becomes so easy to do. Also, it doesn't take a lot of time, and I'm going to show you that on the app. It's actually super easy and very quick. It's also the universal/international language of food. Having calories and macros is basically on all labels everywhere. Even if it's freshly made, a lot of places give the nutritional label, which has all the numbers on it for you, including the ingredients. So really, it's the universal language of food. You don't need to really buy anything. Actually, you don't need all different cookbooks or anything. Really, you should probably just get a food scale, and that's really it. It also gives you real data about your own unique God-given body. Everybody is different. And so what I'm going to show you is actually a starting point, but you're going to take it and you're going to tweak it for your own body. And I'm going to give you this starting point, and you're just going to track, and you're going to figure it out over the next couple weeks, and you're going to get to know how your body works in the next months and a year. And when your body changes, you'll know exactly where you can tweak to try to make the change, right? Lastly, every diet I shared with you before is also based off of calories and macros. So they just took it, put their own label to it, and trademarked it so they can make their own money. But really, it's all based off of what you're about to learn. So don't be afraid of learning this information because it's going to empower you to make the choices that you're excited to make yourself. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you a spreadsheet that I made just for you. I'm going to show you how you can copy it, and you have to have Google to be able to do this. So if you have to create a Google account, just do it, because you're going to use the documents or the sheets in Google to calculate. But I'm going to show you exactly what you have to do. It's very simple. So hold on. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly how to figure out your macros and calories through a worksheet that I created just for you. So let me share this. What you're going to do is you're going to take the link I gave you and put it into a web browser. This will be easier if you do it on a desktop, but you can still do it on your phone. It's going to lead you to this page that says, make a copy. So you're going to make a copy, click the little button. It says macro calculator, make a copy. And here we are. So I'm going to go through really quickly how you use this sheet. It says macro calculator instructions. Only change the blue numbers below. So then when you're done, you're going to look at the red numbers, and that's what you're going to input into your app. Okay, and we'll talk about apps in a minute. So first, all you're going to do is you're going to change your age. So I'm going to change this to just a make-believe person. Okay, so this person is going to be 35, and by the way, this is for women. So if you're a man and watching this, let me know and I'll make another sheet for you so you can do it. Okay, so let's say a 35-year-old woman who weighs about 170 and is about 6. We'll keep the height the same in inches. So make sure this is pounds, this is inches, and like I said, you're only changing the blue numbers right here, the blue numbers. Okay, activity level. That's where you're going to come over here and go to activity factors, and it breaks down each number. So pick the number that you most likely are. I had 155 in there for me. Let's do 1.375 for this person. So you're just going to put 1.375. And then you're going to go to desired weight loss per week. I want you to scroll down, and there's a little disclaimer here, okay? And it explains fast rates of fat loss are motivating, but they are hard to sustain when hunger gets the best of you. Slow rates of fat loss are easier to sustain, but they also make it hard to stay motivated. If you have a large amount of body fat to lose, maybe shoot for 1% of your current body weight per week. If you're closing in on seeing some abs and you have a little bit less body fat to lose, you may want to stick with 0.5%. Or maybe even less. Leaner individuals will find a slower approach to weight loss better for maximizing chances of holding on to muscle. So I got that information directly from this book called Master Your Macros. It's a great book by Brianne Freeman. So I can give you the link if you want, so you can order that if you'd like. But there's a lot of great information in there if you want to get more detailed. There's also some really good recipes in there also. In the desired weight loss per week, you're going to put in either 1%, 0.5%, 0.25%, or 0.75%. Make sure you put in the percent sign when you're doing this. So this person, I'm going to put 0.5, and then make sure you put in the percent. Okay, so 0.5%, 1%, wherever, and you're going to click enter. Now you'll see at the bottom it changed all the numbers. So this person has a BMR, which is the calories it takes for your body to support your body at rest. Okay, so no extra stuff. Okay, and then down here, the next number down is your TDEE, total daily energy expenditure. So it's taking your calories that it takes just for your body at rest, plus the activity factor. It's going to take that into effect. And now it has 1,995 calories that this person uses every day just to maintain their weight. Okay? So that's just to maintain. But we want this woman wants to lose weight. So they want to lose 0.5% per week. And so it puts that calculation in there, and that gives her a daily calorie deficit of goal, right? This is their daily goal of calories at 1,570 calories per day. Okay? So that's their goal. of how many calories. So you're going to take that number and they're going to put it into their app, which I'll show you. And then they're going to put in extra goals. They're going to put in their protein goal, their carb goal, and their fat goal. And these are all in grams, okay? So these are grams. This is the amount of calories that they need each day. That's their deficit to help them lose weight, to help them lose the 0.5% body weight per week. And then these are the gram breakdown of their protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And we're going to take these numbers in red and we're going to input them into our app. And I'll show you that next. Okay, I'm back, and next I'm going to show you how to put those numbers that we just found out into our app so we can track every day. I'm super excited. Are you ready? Okay, let's do this. All right, here we are. This is my app, and I use the app called Lose It. So if we open up the App Store, let me show you. The app I use is called Lose It. Now, you can use Lose It or you can use any other one like MyFitnessPal, but I'm telling you now, I personally don't like MyFitnessPal. I do feel like a lot of people suggest MyFitnessPal because they give kickback. So like, let's say I'm an affiliate and I tell you to use FitnessPal, I can give you my link and then I can earn some extra cash. But I personally don't like MyFitnessPal. So I'm showing you the Lose It app. You can choose whichever one you want because I'm not making any money on this. So really, I don't care. But I just want to tell you which one I like the most. I've used both. I like the Lose It app. So here we go. Here we go. This is the Lose It app. And to set it up, I'm going to, you're going to put in all your info when you register, but then I want you to change it up to what you just did with your calculations. So you're going to click goals at the bottom right. Okay, so click goals, and then under weight loss goal, you're going to click change. Put in your current weight if you want, or I'd put in your current weight, put in your goal weight, but right here where it says budget, I want you to keep it as fixed and change it to the number that you just saw on your worksheet. So the daily calorie deficit number there. That's what you're going to input there, and you're going to save it. And then you're going to go back to goals, and then you're going to scroll down and see where it says set another goal. That's where you're going to put in nutrition, and you're going to click carbohydrates, and you're going to put in the grams that you broke down on your sheet. You're going to put the grams down. You're going to click save. And then you're going to go back, set another goal. You're going to click nutrition and you're going to click protein. Okay. And you're going to put the protein grams in there. And then you're going to go back and then you're going to click nutrition again and you're going to click fats. And then you're going to put in the number of fats that you want in there. Okay. Once you're finished with that, you can click dashboard at the left, the very left icon at the bottom, and it'll probably not look like this. You're going to click edit, and what you want to do is you want to make the top have calories, fats, protein, and carbohydrates. What I would suggest is that you put calories, fats, protein, and carbohydrates right under favorites and put them all in daily view. And the reason being is right here, then you'll see how much, a visual of how much you need in each category throughout the day. As you're tracking, it'll count down for you. Okay, so the next thing in the Lose It app is how to actually track your foods. So you're going to click log at the bottom left, and you can see mine for today. So I'm going to do mine for tomorrow as an example. So you can add in your snacks, your breakfast, and all this is, something that you can edit over time. But I'm going to, as you start eating certain things, it's going to store the foods so that they're quicker to find. Let me show you what I mean. Every morning, I like to have my pre-workout. So it shows up right away. When I click early snack, it just shows up. Okay. My breakfast, I love to have my trim, my waffle mix, my revitalize. It's all right there at the top because I eat it often. I also often have eggs and either hash browns or the root vegetable hash browns. I use ghee. So it's all right there because I've been using it. If it wasn't, I would just search for it up here. Okay, so let's say I was looking for ghee. All those little verified check marks, that means that it's definitely what it is. Everything else, it still might be good, but you have to know that it's a pool of everybody's information. So if somebody else put it in there, it's from that. It's not a verified food. So always try to go with the verified foods, but don't worry if there's not. Just use somebody else's and you'll get a good idea on if they're correct. Now the other thing that I love is this little barcode. So if you click the little barcode, you can scan the barcode on foods, which I don't have any right next to me right now to show you. Oh yeah, I do. Here we go. You can scan the barcode and you can see that that was 0 calories because it's my Zevia, right? So it shows the 0 calories, but if it had calories, it would show calories, it would show the fat, the carbs, the protein. If it's in there, you can add right from there, okay? So the other thing, now you can see here, these are showing times because this is actually tomorrow, so I didn't really actually eat that food. It just shows that I'm like planning it out. But let's say I accidentally put something in the breakfast and I wanted it in the lunch. I could click the little icon or the little edit button down here. I'm clicking down here. So if I click that edit button, I can actually move these foods to another section, right? So maybe I actually had that for lunch. I put it in the wrong spot. I can move that around and then click done, and then it's done. So you can play around with this, but I absolutely love this app for this reason. Very simple to follow. It's one of my favorites. It's very easy to use, and I've used many of them, but I definitely compared it to MyFitnessPal. I'm not a huge fan of MyFitnessPal. I love the Lose It app better. So I hope those two things helped you a ton. Lastly, I'm going to share a little bit about the supplements that I'm using. But before I do, let me just share that all this information that I'm giving you, it's a starting point. You're going to tweak it as you go. You're going to learn it. And what I suggest is to take a week or two and really just track your foods. Don't worry too much about having it fit into everything. Just track it so you can see an idea of what you're already eating. And then you can look at what you're eating throughout that time and go, oh, well, you know what? I already eat a good amount of carbs. I really don't have to change anything there. Or I already eat a good amount of proteins, or I really struggle with keeping my fats lower, or I really struggle with getting enough protein in. So you can kind of just track for a couple of days, see how you already eat, and then you can start tweaking from there. Don't obsess right away or like that you need to fit it all in, or you're just going to frustrate yourself and you're going to quit. So just learn it at first. Just learn on actually tracking and looking at what you're already doing. Naturally, you're already going to start eating less by tracking because you're going to be seeing what you eat, or eating more, realizing, you don't get enough calories in. Both could be happening, right? Okay, so let's talk about supplements. There are 5 supplements that have definitely helped me get these results. These results right here. And the cool thing is, they're amazing. They taste good. They're easy to take. They're easy to remember. Let me explain why. Okay, so first thing we have is our Trim. Our Trim won the best weight management supplement 2 years in a row, okay? It's so delicious and yummy, and it tastes, oh my God, it tastes like chocolate pudding or chocolate batter. Honestly, I don't have a spoon, so I'm just gonna. So good. Okay, so anyway, it really is good. It's so good that I put it on my pancakes every morning, and then, or you could just put it on a spoon. You take 1 tablespoon in the morning. Then I sprinkle it with these gut sprinkles. They help your gut lining. They help the bacteria in your gut be balanced. It's got probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics. I sprinkle this right on top of my Trim, whether I put it in a spoon or on my pancakes. I sprinkle this on top of this. Works out great. Okay, so that is the first duo set. Then later in the day, I drank my second dose of collagen. So the Trim has a dose of collagen in it, but a clinical dose is 2 tablespoons a day. So this is my second dose of collagen, and I take it in the evening. It also has elderberry and zinc in it, the immune one, and I think that's perfect for the winter months. Just look up these ingredients. You'll find great results or great information on them. And it tastes amazing. It tastes like, I don't know. It tastes like berry, and it just tastes like fruit juice. It's really good. It's really good. Okay, so that is liquid collagen. I take this later in the evening. These two, like I said, gives you a full dosage of collagen per day, which will help you. It'll help you with your joints, your skin, your nails, your hair. Our collagen has 7 international patents on it. You can't find it anywhere else. We pioneered the way for collagen. Everything else is a copycat. I promise you, you're just wasting money because other things usually only have an absorption rate of 30%. Ours has an absorption rate of over 90%. So this is my full dosage of collagen every day. I sprinkle this on top of the trim because those are the gut health beads. And the other thing I take, and I don't take this every day, I take it some days, I should say, digestive enzymes. They'll help with bloating and other discomforts in your digestion system. You can look it up, but it's got a ton of enzymes, six enzymes plus ginger root. It is very, very good if you're experiencing bloating due to eating certain types of foods. It can also help you, digestive enzymes can help you lose weight as well. Look that up, okay? So that's digestive enzymes. The last two, or the last one, so those are 4. The last one, this is so, so important for everybody, honestly. Look up what minerals are missing in most of our diets, and you'll find so much information. You can look up these ingredients as well, and you're only going to find good stuff about this, okay? So copper, selenium, chromium, magnesium, these are all incredibly good for thyroid and hormones. Look it up. Do your own research. But most women I talk to need help in those areas. Taking one of these a day is definitely good for you, but it will give you more energy as well. There's no caffeine in this, okay? There's no caffeine, and yet I notice a difference in my energy when I take this. It's just a powder. It tastes like berries, another berry one. You mix it up. You're going to drink more water because of it, right? I mix it up in the morning after I eat my breakfast and after I'm done working out. I mix this up. I have a great amount of energy from this. I highly recommend it. Look up information about minerals. Get on this. Trust me, trust me, trust me. You're going to be very happy to get this. Here's a box. How many are in a box? There's 30, so it'll last you a full month, okay? So those 4 items, I can't really show you all of them at once because I only have 2 hands. Those are my very, very favorite items, and so I made discount packs for you with these items in it, and I'll share with you those right now. Now listen, these top 2 packs, the best value and the middle one, are giving away Tria. Now, depending on when you listen to this might be sold out. So you'll have to tell me right away if you want one of these packs, because we'll have to find out right away if we have Tria left. This is an energy drink with that same collagen in it. And this one does have caffeine, but it's also low. There's 0 sugar, low calories, 15 calories. So this will fit very nicely into the macros that you just figured out, into your calories and your macros. If you're anything like me, around this time, I'm filming this at like 3 p.m., you probably hit a slump. This is very helpful for that. It tastes so good. I literally just got my box yesterday, and I'm loving it already. It tastes very good. So you get a full case for free if you pick one of the top 2 packages. If you pick the bottom package, you're not going to get this for free. Hopefully it's not sold out. Okay, so let's go over the packages. The top package has all 5 items in it plus the free case of Tria. The middle package has 3 items in it. It takes away the gut health ones. So there's no gut beads and there's no digestive enzymes in that one. And the bottom one takes away the other dosage of your collagen. So it's just your trim, the chocolate pudding. By the way, this comes in other flavors. There's like 5 flavors, I want to say. Vanilla, lemon, lime, chocolate. I think there's one more. Anyway, ask me. I'll tell you. I love the chocolate the most. I love it, love it, love it. And then the Revitalize. So those are in your bottom package. The top one has the most value, the most being given away. The middle one is good for weight loss. The bottom one's still good for weight loss, but not as good. So if you would like one of those packages, let me know ASAP so we can make sure you get your free item that goes with it. Other than that, I hope this helped you. So message me and let me know if this helped you. And let me know if you're going to get started. Share with me what you came up with for your macros and calories. And I will talk to you soon.